Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have one here by Hobbymaster in 1/72nd scale, a die-cast of course. We have our McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle, and this is an F-15I, which means it's an aircraft used by the Israeli Air Force, and this particular one is from 69 Squadron, the Hammers. And 69 Squadron was actually formed after World War II, flying B-17 bombers in 1948 until their disbandment in the late 50s. They would reform again in 1969, flying the good old Phantom, and they would fly them for the next 25 years. But in 1998, they would take possession of the F-15I Thunders here, which they currently still fly today. And our particular aircraft is aircraft number 269 from the Hammer Squadron from 2009. There's a lot of 09s there. We will open this up. Oh, look at that. I do love an Israeli paint scheme on their F-15s. They do look awesome. So do the Air Force. I love that colour scheme. That looks great. It does have the usual information in that flap and that awesome looking F-15 right there. That does look tough as nails. But it is no good staring at it through plastic and in a box. We need to get this awesome looking F-15 out. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that right now. So I'll shut the hell up and open this box up, and we'll get our grubby little hands on this awesome looking F-15. Alrighty, with this F-15 out of the box, let's have a little look. It does come with the usual Hobbymaster stand. Alright, we'll get this lid off. This does look absolutely awesome. I really like the livery on these Israeli aircraft. It does have a little baggie that does have all of that ordnance. That is a lot of stuff that this bird's going to be carrying, that is for sure. And of course you've got your landing gear options for gear down, a couple of pilots, and your option to have the canopy in the open position and the air brake in the open position. Alright, let's get this out. Dramatic pause. Alright, yes, let's move this out of the way and have a look at this. Wow, that does look pretty cool. That looks very nice. The paint on it, beautiful. There's awesome tail markings on there. That looks fantastic. It's got some engine details. If you haven't seen, there's a video done on a change of engine nozzles done by a channel called The Patriot. So if you ever have issue with these engine nozzles and want to change them out, check out his video, and he shows you a way to do that. And they do look really nice, the upgrade versions. But this does look very nice straight out of the box. Beautiful. It's got some great cockpit detail in there. Let's see if we can get this canopy open. Or off. That's right, it does have the removable canopy. Wow, check out all that detail. How freaking cool is that? Let's put that back on and check out the rest. There is no, it's just big black holes in there. There is no real detail in there on these. Beautiful. This is a pretty cool one, definitely. As you can see, there is a lot of detail on here. Nothing moves though, there's no moving rudders or anything like that. So if you like moving bits on your aircraft, you'll be a little bit disappointed about that. We'll have a little look underneath. And it does present really nice. All that beautiful detail there. Excellent. That is another cool looking F-15 for sure. So, it is not as cool as we want to see it though, is it? So what we want to do is kit this big old Eagle out and come back. So we will do that right now. We'll be back in a second. Alright, we are back. This does kit out very nicely. There is a lot to put on. One thing I will say though, well mine didn't have any instructions. So you had to, well, guess and research. So hopefully I will show this close up enough for you guys. So when you get your own, you won't have to go through that hassle. But everything was pretty straightforward though. The little empty little pylons, you had to work out sort of which ones went where There is a slot difference for some of them, but you just wanted to try and make sure you got them in the right order and facing the right way. So if I have got them on incorrectly, I do apologise, but I had no instructions to follow off to put this on, and it's really hard to see where they should go correctly. But everything else went on nicely. They were a little resistant to go into their slots, so when I haven't got some of them pushed all the way in, you might notice that, because when you start hearing that creaking sound as you're pushing them in, that's usually followed by breakage, so I sort of stopped. So I pushed as far as I did trim some as well with a little bit of a file just to try and get them to slip in, but they still sort of were a little bit resistant to go all the way home. So I did not want to risk breaking them. You can eventually push them all the way in if you want to spend more time on it to get it to fit properly. But that is no big deal or drama. It doesn't detract from this, for me anyway. I still think this is an absolutely awesome looking aircraft. And the main armament, those big missiles there, they went on very straightforward, which was good because they do look delicate and they're a little bit off balance. So when trying to put pressure on the pylon and you've got the missile so far forward, it can be a little bit hard to put proper pressure on to push it in the slot if you had to struggle with it. Now, the little main gear bay doors that I've pushed in, you'll notice they do sit out a little bit. You can push them all the way in, but I do want to show this gear down, so I don't want to risk having them stuck right in and being a pain in the ass to get back out. And then, of course, you put your little nose wheel cover in there, and that is a job done for a gear up. And you leave that open because that's where your actual stand will go. But this is how your bird, being an eagle, will set up in flight, and it does look tough. That looks absolutely tough. Of course, you put that air brake in, like the closed air brake in, and yep, very nice. I reckon this is absolutely awesome. Looks fantastic. All right, let's chuck a stand on this. What do you reckon? This is your three-piece stand you do get. So obviously that part will go in the hole here. And guess what, everyone? You get to keep some ordnance on there. That is fantastic. Gee, let's make this look really awkward. But that is your eagle sitting on the stand, how you will display it in flight. And I reckon it does look tough. And of course, you get to keep that little ordnance on as well. The center ordnance, which quite often you have to take off to display these on the stand with Hobby Master. But I reckon that this does look awesome in flight, and the overall build is very good. And of course, I like to see this in a gear down. And so what we'll do is we'll chuck some landing gear on this and come right back. All right, here we have the pretty cool Israeli F-15 set up for gear down. Very straightforward. You just drop that whole module in for the nose wheel. That drops straight in. It's got the gear bay door attached and everything like that. And then your main landing gear drops straight in their slots. And then there's two tiny little gear bay doors that you just put in their little positions. And then there's the little block off here for where the stand hole is. And that is a job done underneath here for gear down, and it does set up very nicely. The wheels do not roll. If you do like to roll your aircraft around, you cannot, but they are in a nice fixed position and seem sturdy enough. And of course, up top, you put the open canopy on and the open air brake on, and you can see that little bit of extra detail in there, and that is pretty cool. For me, this has got to be one of the nicest looking F-15s I have had a look at so far, just purely aesthetically. For the colours and the actual livery on it, I reckon these look really nice. They come up fantastic. All right, let's chuck this eagle down on the deck and see how she sits on her landing gear. Beautiful. Oh, yep, no, it was good. It just popped a mono. Beautiful. That's very nice. All right, we'll wind this video up. Of course, I will take some photos of this beautiful looking F-15 right here and chuck them on at the end of the video so you can check this bird out without my hands all over it. And of course, if you like this model for what it is, the model, throw us one of those if you can spare the time to do that. And of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And for those of you that have made it all the way to the end, thank you very much for spending your valuable time in checking out another one of our videos. I hope you enjoyed this Israeli F-15 Eagle here today. All right, guys, thank you for watching. You all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.